If you're planning to move out or you're in the process of, here are tips that I wish I knew from the very beginning if I were like days away from moving into the condo. The goal is you'll be able to invest your time, your energy, your money into things that will help with your quality of living and also help you enjoy the freedom that comes with moving out. I've come to a point where I'm just happy where everything is, and I want to share with you guys the essential things that you can start off with if you're just moving out. If you're all about mindful living and independent living, then make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel because I don't miss out on a new video every Friday. Now let's get into those tips that I wish I knew way earlier when it comes to moving out. First thing, which may be one of the hardest things that you'd have to do, but only pack 20 to 30% of your clothes, bags, shoes from your house. So let me tell you how hassle it was for me before, because every single week I would go home, get my clothes, and like get laundry done over there, and like sobrang gastos nung commute ko going back to our house and things like that. And just the stress of packing, unpacking, packing, unpacking, it's really time consuming, and I don't want you to go through what I did. So what I suggest is what I eventually did anyway, is that I just got all the essential things that I would often wear from the house. I just got all of that, which is like honestly like 20 to 30%. To be honest with you, I left so much stuff, or I eventually decluttered 70% of my clothes, the same pambahay clothes that I was using since high school. Like obviously I don't have use for that anymore. And the thing is, when you move out and you go to a different place, obviously it's not going to be as spacious as your room. You're gonna have to deal with a smaller closet space. It's going to be a challenge for you, but honestly it's going to help you in the long run, not being so attached with so many material things, because when you move out you're gonna have to downgrade a lot of things. But I promise you, in the end, it's much more freeing than you think. So let me know in the comments below, what item will you find hard to let go of? Just let it out, and eventually you'll find ways to come to terms with it. And also, I do have a cost of condo living guide that you can download for free below, because it's definitely going to help you with like budgeting your money, your expenses, because it's not just the recurring maintenance expenses that you think, because sometimes there are other unexpected costs that you need to take into consideration depending on where you live. So all of those costs are just the baseline of what I've been paying for personally, but at least you have an expectation of what you need to put aside money for, so that you are in control of all of the investments that you need to make for you moving out, but at the same time you are still able to save consistently month on month. Second thing, have a sturdy hanger behind the entrance door. You know, this is something that I never really noticed, but I realized that that was a thing that I never took out, and I've gotten a lot of use out of. That's where I usually hang my bags, my keys, my umbrella, things that are just easy to get within reach, things like that. So one thing that really helped me with that is that I only limit my bags based on what I can hang on the hanger. So there was a time that was cluttered with so many stuff. I really had to look into all the stuff that I had, because I realized that I wasn't really using a lot of it. So having that hanger not only helped me like get things within reach, but also re-look into the things that I already have, and I probably need to like reduce a lot of it. Speaking of within reach, know that I do have a community on my private Facebook group and Instagram, so that you can reach me anytime via DM or via comment section, because I do my best to engage with you guys. We all need a support group to know that we are in the same journey together. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram and also join my private Facebook community, because I do make it a point to post there almost every single day. By the way, if you are hearing yung mga kulog, yung mga thunder in the background, I can't control it anymore. I want to make sure that I shoot this video, so I will not let the rain stop me from... Ayan, narinig niya ako, guys. So yun, so if you hear that, I do my best to pause before I talk, but just a heads up, it's there. The thing is, invest in cleaning supplies that make chores fun and less hassle. So what I'm talking about is like investing in a vacuum, a self-cleaning mop, microfiber towels, because let me tell you that, of course, it's not like the best thing ever to like clean your place, but you gotta deal with it. So for me, I just find ways to make it more fun, or like at least, you know, something that isn't so something that I dread. So for me, having a vacuum instead of like a walis na sobrang paminsan hirap makadakot ng buhok. So for me, vacuum is the best way to go. I actually talked about it in my condo living essentials. It's something that you don't really need to invest a lot of money on. You don't need to buy the Dyson vacuum because we're not in that stage yet. And I also recently got a self-cleaning mop because honestly, yung paglalampaso ng floor, sometimes it's a hassle because of kailangan mo talagang labhan yung actual mop, and sometimes it's heavy and things like that. So for me, having the self-cleaning mop wherein basically you just need to like dip the mop itself in the same bucket, it's just helpful. Kind of just makes mopping quite fun, to be honest. You can actually see the vacuum in action in one of my TikToks where I show like how different it is to clean when there's music, and it just gets a little bit better. So make sure you also follow me there on TikTok because I'm having too much fun there lately, where I talk about, realities of solo condo living and also money advice. Fourth thing is invest in a really, really good mattress topper. This is something that I wish I knew way earlier, I swear to you, because for the longest time I had terrible backaches because I just realized that the existing mattress was just like the springs were really like defined already, that it was not soft at all, like that I wasn't really getting proper sleep. But it's also because it was expensive. The mattress topper is like 10K for a double bed because it's my bed. And I realized it's super important to invest in your quality of sleep because sleep is everything. Especially if you're an adult, you know how important sleep is in like just having a better mood, having more productive and more energy throughout the day. Now, every single time I go to my bed, it's just like, I really feel like I'm lying down on a hotel bed. That's how soft it is. And like, why do you need to go to a hotel if your bed is already like the hotel experience? Who doesn't want that? So I'll link below my recommendation where I got my mattress topper. So if there's already an existing mattress, if you're comfortable with it, then if you have an existing mattress and you're comfortable with it, then stick with it. But if you know within yourself that you could be more comfortable, then you could just buy a mattress topper instead of a mattress because a mattress is more expensive and a topper is much worth it anyway. Next thing is get access to water and laundry services nearby ASAP. So before, I would go home and spend on Grab and spend on the laundry service over there because it's much cheaper, and then I realized it would help me save on cost if I just spent on the laundry service near my place where I moved out. So for me, just make sure that you look for a nearby laundry service, which is going to be more convenient for you. And also when it comes to water, I honestly used to have a filter near my faucet where it just filters the tap water into filtered water, so you can also do that. But eventually it just took space in my sink, and before, like, I had like stomach problems eventually, so I wasn't sure if it was attributed to that specific filter. But eventually I just got like the liters and liters gallons of water from the service near my condo instead, because from there I didn't have any stomach problems anymore. Medyo struggle lang buhatin yung galon-galon ng tubig, but it's a workout. Sometimes I use it like the same breathing exercises, like I would carry weight. So it's just part of adulting, you guys. You gotta carry your own gallons of water versus when you're at home. It just feels more satisfying and rewarding when you're the one pouring your own gallons of water for yourself. Sixth thing is have only 2 backups for your house linens. So I'm referring to pillowcases, towels, beddings, bed sheets, rugs, things like that, because before I thought like I needed like 5 of the same kind. I don't know why, but the problem there is you don't really have enough space to put everything in, just like your clothes and your shoes. So I realized I just really needed 2 of the same kinds. For instance, for my towels, I just usually have 2, so 1 that I use and then 1 in the laundry, and then if the other one is dirty na, then I'll just rotate it. So you don't really need 5 other bath towels or 5 other hand towels or 5 other rugs. Same with your bed sheets, same with your pillowcases, same with your blankets. The thing is, if you have so many blankets and rugs and things like that, magastos rin siya sa laundry because they charge you for a higher price for heavier types of material. So I suggest just sticking to 2 backups. Well, actually technically 1 backup and then 1 that you use. Seventh thing is invest in at least 2 non-stick cooking pans. And to add to that, just utilize your electric stove instead. Having cooking pans will encourage you to use them and not always rely on takeout or mini stop chicken all the time, you know? So for me, having really good non-stick pans really encouraged me to cook healthy meals. Sometimes, not sometimes, but often, more often than not, your cooking materials really affect how you enjoy cooking. So for me, like I like my eggs sunny side up. And if my cooking pan is very sticky and my egg is not gliding, my sunny side egg is just gonna be broken and it's not gonna be how I like it. Sometimes you're just like, oh, you're so annoyed in the morning because your eggs aren't the way you want it to be. And it also encourages you to prep your meals in advance because it's really going to save you a whole lot of money instead of always buying from Foodpanda or Grab. Because, you know, we've all been there. Eventually, I just relied on my electric stove, which basically just relies on electricity. So for me, just having those cooking pans, using electric have been useful for me for years now. Eighth thing is having designated bins to keep everything segregated and organized. I know this seems like a no-brainer, but I swear to you, if you think something is cluttered, just put it in a basket, put it in a nice container, then it just completely changes up the whole space. So in my bathroom, I had this super magulo na shelf talaga. Like the actual shelf was just not looking good. My toiletries were scattered. Why don't I just buy like really nice lalagyanan organizers that are black, which match with the theme of my other baskets, my other bins. And when I put it in those simple black organizers, it looked like parang naging bago ulit yung corner ko with all of my toiletries. So I usually apply that concept almost in every space. Also, I have cabinets for my kitchen stuff. It's not usually exposed, so I know it has its designated shelves for it. I also have baskets in my entrance exit area. One basket for like all of the slippers, another basket for things that I need to remember to get. So when you feel like everything is magulo and you're in doubt, just get a bin for it. Next thing is invest in stainless steel shelves for your bathroom. So for the longest time, before, I would put like all of my shampoo, all of my toiletries at the bottom of the bathroom. It's just not a good way to store all of your stuff because it just glides everywhere, makalat siya tingnan, versus if it's in an actual shelf that's easy to reach for. Overall, like your shower just looks more organized and it just looks more polished. And for me, it just also encourages me to clean the bathroom more if everything just looks more cohesive and organized. And also, I have another shelf on top of my toilet because also I remember that I have these products and when I run out of them, then I know that, okay, these are the things that I really use often, so I will splurge on that. Versus if hindi ko siya nakikita, I swear, I forget about them, they get expired. So for me, just having it on display really helps in making sure that I use them. And of course, I suggest stainless steel because in the bathroom, it gets wet. So you don't want like yung hindi stainless kasi nangangalawang siya, it doesn't look nice. So having the stainless steel will make your shelves last longer in the long run, so you don't have to keep buying and buying new shelves. And next thing, if you super value good sleep like I do, I realize that having a warm night lamp before you sleep is super important. So funny story is, before when I didn't have a lamp, I would literally run near the door to turn off the light, run back to my bed because it's all dark and dim, and I literally can't see anything when I'm about to sleep. And I realized it just is not a relaxing state to be in before you sleep. So in hotels, there's usually like this cute night lamp beside you that has a warm light, which just puts like a really cozy vibe into the room. So in the same way, like I kind of apply the same concept, but I don't need to buy an expensive lamp. I think the one I have here, the nightstand lamp thing that I have, it's only like 1,000 pesos or something like that. Like the quality of sleep is just much better because I don't need to run to the door every single time I need to sleep and close the lights. Trust me, it took me years before realizing that I needed that, and so I'll save you the trouble and you should get that for yourself. So guys, don't forget to download my guide on the cost of condo living based on how I've been living myself for years. I hope it helps you guys out in terms of just the budgeting your money and making sure that you are living comfortably comfortably as you move out and just live that independent life that we deserve. You can do it. I believe in you, and I hope that you enjoy the experience as much as I have. If you want to get more tips about solo condo living, then make sure you check out this playlist where I talk about more solo condo living hacks, organization tips, and things like that. So I will see you there.